up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies. We need to get Raw Garden as one of these fucking, we need them as our sponsor. So shout out to them. They got the best sauce carts in the fucking game, at least for the price. But yummy to say the least. Welcome to the best MLB prop show on God's green earth. It is Tuesday, so you know what that means. We do have Ribeyes with Mike to hold you over on your hitting props, as I've got a lot of pitchers to talk today. We got 7 that I drew up and talked. Normally we do 6, sometimes 4. It is what it is. Life's a bitch and you marry one, and Sharpie happened to marry 2. First guy on the board is Nathan Eovaldi at the Red Sox. Morning line was 5.5, minus 135 on MGM. Now minus 140 on BetMGM. Pitching outs are not available. Earn runs 2.5, minus 145 juice to the under, where the projected lineup is 6 righties, 3 lefties. Eovaldi gets the Red Sox now for the second time this year, where over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching, they're walking league average, striking out 23% of the time, while smashing the ball with a top 2 isolated power. Well, let's go see who they seen, as both Berrios and Ryan, who used Chase contact, had themselves 8. Wu had himself 8, where Bryce Miller's velo has been down all year, and he shit the bed. Pepiot had himself an 8-piece as well, and Shane Baz had himself an 11-piece. So these numbers are just a tad bit fraudulent, at least their K percentage, because when they've seen middle of the rotation type guys that I just read off, they've went out there and did the damn thing. So, why are we getting a number of 5.5 juice to minus 140? That's what it's going to come down for me right here, as this man has been smashing the overs. He's 5-2 to the over, and there's rain. 5-2 is about 70, 80%. I've seen minus 150s there before. So the juice isn't scaring me. I really think this should have been a 6.5, minus 150 on the 5.5. But then you go and look at the rain. And when we look at the rain, it shows that if they want to push this game back till around 8, 9 Eastern, that this does open up and they can get this game in. But something I've learned with the Boston Red Sox, guys, is this manager is a piece of shit. At least when it comes to betting K props, as it is the home team's call on when the game starts. And I've seen Cora start a game before where the rain came in the second inning just to get Ohtani off the mound. It's a way to get starters out. So something you got to pay attention to when we are betting Eovaldi tonight is if they push this game back, then I will be looking to get in on him, guys. When we look at Eovaldi's metrics, we have a guy who pounds the zone and is better than league average at everything, at least that I look for. So I like to use zone contact, and I use Chase as a bonus, as his Chase contact is just top tier of starting pitchers. Now, when we look at these lineups of who Eovaldi he has seen 3 times this year, where it had 6 or more than league average with Eovaldi, 6 or more than league average, worse than zone contact, Eovaldi's went out and shined in those games. He's 2-1 to the over, with the Mariners being the lone loss. So what did the Mariners have that the other 2 teams did not have? The Mariners did run 6 lefties. The Red Sox ran 4 and the Reds ran 5. That's where his lineups have set, where the metrics have said to play the over. Like I said, he's 2-1, except for when he faced a team with 6 lefties. If you look at this year, it's going to show he's dominating lefties. But if you look through his last 4 years of his career, it shows that he does have a 3% less strikeout percentage versus the left-handed side than the right-handed side. Well, good look for us, guys, is they're only projecting 3 lefties out here, guys. And when I run the lineup, I've got 6 of the 9 worse than league average at zone contact, with just 3 projected lefties and 5 of the 9 who will chase. Yeah, I've got to go look at running this over. So when I run his freaking pitch mix, I come up with 7.5, guys, and at a 5.5 minus 140, minus 150. If the game is going to be able to play, I will be betting Nathan Eovaldi, and I probably will mini ladder him. So bigger bet being on the 5.5, some on the 6.5, and I'll probably take him to 8, because when this guy has seen these type of lineups, like I said, he has shined. He has shined. Next guy on the board is Michael King, and he gets his shot at the Yankees. And I mean shot at his old team. Morning line 6.5 plus 120 on DraftKings is now plus 124 on FanDuel. Pitching outs is 17.5 at a pick'em. Earn runs 2.5 minus 175 to the under. Projected lineup is 6 lefties, 3 righties. King gets a get back spot versus the Yankees, as this was the team he's played for. As over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching, they're walking tops in the league, striking out just 21% of the time with a top 3 isolated power. And when we check out the weather radar, it shows rain surrounding the Bronx or in the Bronx until 8 p.m. Eastern. So they may delay this game, but looks like they will have the ample time to get it in. Fuck, I got fucking, what are those called? Not hiccup. Yeah, hiccups. I got hiccups out of nowhere. All right, let's get to it, though. So one thing I'll always talk about, guys, is pay attention to Mother Nature. Last night, I just got high and watched multiple games live like I'm planning on doing tonight. But last week, we did it live with Mike, and I'll talk to Mike when he comes on, and we'll probably do another live stream today. But when I could just sit there and watch these games, I have all the lineups drawn up. It was just easy fucking pickings. Now, I seen the rain delay coming, and DraftKings was still letting me bet that game, so I hammered fucking Rodon's hits under 3.5 before the books caught on to the rain delay. They brought that fucker back out, and I was like, oh my God. But it was only a 30-minute rain delay, so I get bringing him back out. He's still fucking cashed barely, but something that, dude, you gotta, if you're watching live, bro, or listening to live, you've got an advantage on these books by at least 30 seconds to a minute. Take fucking advantage of it. All right, guys. So let's talk King, though. And besides the weather, what if this game gets to go? Well, I like to look for, when I look at his metrics, guys, is Chase. When I look for Chase in the lineup, when we go look at King's metrics, that's where he is league average or worse, depending on the year. So far this year, he hasn't had a clear-cut over, as it's been a lot of 5-4s, be it to the over or the under, with mixed results going 3-3 to the over in that time span. So let's run this projected lineup. And when I do, I come up with just 4 guys chasing in this lineup, which isn't enough for me to keep digging. Yet we do know King has had drastic splits when it comes to his strikeouts. Whether he's been on the home or road, his strikeout percentage has been 9% better at home. Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't believe that comes into effect here if you are looking to bet King's over, as King was a Yankee, and those splits followed him there too for like 3 years as well. He had a higher strikeout percentage at Yankee Stadium than on the road. So I don't think his splits come into fact. Now, what I do think his splits come into fact is his lefties versus righties. They are projected 6 lefties. He is only striking out lefties at a 24% clip over the past 2 seasons, compared to in the 30% versus the right-handed side. So me being an over better, the chase isn't there, and that's enough for me just to let him be. Do me a favor, guys. If you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. Zach Wheeler gets himself a shot at the Rays. Morning line 6.5 minus 155 on DraftKings, or it was 7.5 on FanDuel at plus 120. It's still the same. Pitching outs 18.5 minus 185 to the under. Earn runs 1.5 minus 160 to the over. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Wheeler gets to raise guys who over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching are walking less than league average, striking out 26% of the time with a bottom 5 isolated power. So who have they seen? As Dylan Cease got lit up going 4.1 innings with 6 Ks, Michael King did the damn thing the day before, though, as he went 5 innings with 9 punch-outs. Burns, who hasn't been that Burnsy until the last few games, went 5.1 innings, had himself 8 punch-outs. Then they had 2 series versus the Yankees, a series versus the Royals, both who don't have a right-handed pitcher I'm looking to back. So it looks like these numbers are actually worse than what they are saying, guys, as when the dogs seen them, the dogs are barking. They're striking them out at a 34% clip over this time span that says just 26%. That's why I like to say, who have you seen? Because when you've seen the dogs have fucking barked. And that's including Dylan Cease's game. Dylan Cease is involved in that 34% strikeout percentage when they've seen guys like them. So it's been simple, guys, running this man for me this year, as I'm not an under better. And if I was using this to bet under, it don't fucking work, as Wheeler has been a dog this year. But I like to use chase contact as the key, and through his career, that's the one metric that he has been either league average or worse at. So when we look at the lineups that he's faced with chase contact this year, when he's had 6 or more worse than league average at chase contact, he's had 10 and 13 strikeouts respectively. And that's what we have in this projected lineup, guys. 6 of the 9 projected are worse than league average when it comes to chase contact. And when I run the pitch mix versus this lineup, I come up with 7.5 to 11, with the 3 tough guys being in the top 4. So this may be a live spot to get in, but then again, if he gets the guys that I got for a half, then we ain't seeing a bettable number. Now, what kind of does concern me is that DraftKings and all these other books have a minus 155 on a 6.5. He's hit that 6 out of 7 games. That is just fucking stupid. Now, FanDuel, the sharper book, is at a 7.5, and I will wait for lineups to come out. But the fact is I think this should be straight up 7.5 with juice. So the fact that we're getting plus money means I need to figure out what the hell are these. What's going on here? Is Wheeler just gonna go fucking 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, and just fucking pitch to contact? Well, he could pitch to contact and still get that. And like I said, the 3 tough guys is going to be, where's his lineup at? Simpson, Diaz, and Aranda. Lowe is sitting in the 3 hole. He can get Simpson. Diaz is going to be one son of a bitch. Aranda he can get as well. Both guys I have for halves. And then it opens up and it's open sesame. So I need to stop panicking and start overthinking shit. Yes, this is lineup construction at its finest. The 3 guys at the top are the 3 guys we need to worry about getting struck out. But yet, when we look through all of his other lineups this year, guys, even when the chase contact is said under, this motherfucker has been a machine. So Wheeler right now, guys, is telling me I got to bet it. I'll probably just take the plus money, guys. As like I said, the 2 other times he's had this lineup that he's faced by the metrics, he's hit a 10-pack and a 13-pack. So I think if he hits 7, I really do think the 8 is there. So unless it comes down to like 150, then I can't even think of a split unit bet. 155 is a little too much. You're like, bro, there's only 5 cents. 5 cents is 5 cents, bro. You got to lay a lot of juice just to get some money back, bro. So I probably, if they come down to 150, I'll split it up to get the bet down to a minus 130, more on the 6.5, and then some on the 7.5. But all things pointing, including the sharper book, including the metrics, is wheels fucking up, baby. It's wheels up. Next guy we're going to talk about is the other side of this is Drew Rasmussen versus the Phillies. Morning line 5.5 plus 130 on FanDuel. It's still the same. Pitching outs are not available. Earn runs 2.5 minus 175 to the under. Now, this is another spot that has me like, why the fuck do they have Wheeler's outs available, but yet they're not giving us Rasmussen's outs available? So maybe it'll come later on down the line, but that's something that it's red flag number 1. Is he on a pitch count? Is he on a limit? We talked about Scooble last week. I have to bring this up because it was on Friday, and we talked about how 7.5, was that the right number? Was that the wrong number? The books knew something we didn't, guys. And if you didn't learn it last week, you better fucking take it into your capping now. Skubal is capped at 6 innings. Straight up 70 something pitches, humming, sat the fuck down after 6. So Skubal, you cannot bank on to go past 6. And you need to take that into betting a man's K prop. Is Rasmussen capped? It doesn't look like it. At the beginning of the year, he definitely was. But this man has also, maybe, he's never gone 6 innings this year. It's pretty much been 5 innings, 5 innings, 5 innings, 5-2, 5 and 5. So he's pretty much capped. That's telling us right there, 5 innings is pretty much what he's getting. They're not even going to give you a 14.5 bettable because there's not enough wiggle room right there. So I get the outs now. And can he get 6 strikeouts in 5 innings versus this lineup? 5 lefties, 4 righties? I really don't think so. Rasmussen gets the Phillies over the last 15 days. They are walking above league average, striking out 19% of the time with a middle of the pack ISO. And it's been simple with Rasmussen this year, as I am 2-0 to the over when I bet him. We have a guy who throws 3 different fastballs damn near 85% of the time, and he pounds the zone and is right around league average career-wise when it comes to zone contact. And in the 6 games so far this year, only the Braves and Yankees had a lineup that said fire, and he had 7 in each game. Yet hasn't had more than 5 in any other. And when we run this projected lineup, we have 7 of the 9 better than league average when it comes to zone contact. And the only time this year when Rasmussen has seen a lineup like this with the metrics was the Royals last week, where he had just 3 strikeouts in 5 innings. So it's under or nothing. Yet if I bet this under, he will have a fucking career day. But I'm gonna have to throw it on a long shot parlay today. I don't see how he gets 5, let alone fucking 6. But the 5.5 is minus 160 or something like that. So maybe a live type spot 2 to get in, something we could look at while we're watching it later on tonight on this stream or on Mike's. We'll dual stream it. But definitely, I think even under 4.5 hits if you get it at plus money. So if I don't bet it, you'll win. If I do bet it, he'll fucking have a career day, as the 3 unders I bet this year are just, oh my God. At least they're over quick, right? You know, like, fuck. At least my money's already gone. Do me a favor, guys. If you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. We're going to talk about 2 pitchers in the next game, and then we're going to end our day talking Skeens. Andrew Abbott at the Braves. Morning line 4.5 at plus 125 on DK. It's now plus 110. Pitching outs not available. Earn runs 2.5 minus 135 to the over. Projected lineup is 7 righties and 2 lefties. Once again, we have pitching outs not available for him, but we have had pitching outs for the guy that's on the other side of the board. So maybe it'll come out. Maybe they know something. When we look at Abbott this year, he's only gone past 5 innings 1 time, but it's been because he likes to run his pitch count up or he ran into a rain delay. Either which way. Abbott gets the Braves, who over the last after the last month only have 147 at-bats versus a lefty. I prefer 200 at-bats, and I'll never go past a month. So I really can't even put much into that 147 at-bats personally. And when I run Abbott, I have used zone contact for the past few years, and this year it has played out except for the Rockies, where I bet him, and he walked 5 that day. So I let the easiest of easiest unders go last week with Abbott versus the Cards, as the zone contact, pass history, and the rain in the forecast all said that would be an easy fucking under. What did I do? I let it go, and he wasn't even close. The rain did come in the 4th, but his pitch count was already up to near the 80s. Now, when I run this projected lineup, even without Verdugo in this lineup, I have 5 of the 9 better than league average when it comes to zone contact. As you all know, I like 6 of the 9 to point one way or the other. So this is just an easy let go spot. Unless they do want to put another good contact guy in, then I will look to bet the under. Yet, easy pass, guys. I like to have 6 of 9. The 5 of 9 right now are pointing towards the under. And the outs there is definitely a little alarming. Not being there is definitely a little bit alarming as well. Other side of this, though, is the machine, The machine's been back, guys. First few starts as Velo was down. He's been a pissed off man ever since. And it's Christopher David Allen Sale Day. Is that really his last name? No, I added David in there because David's my name, but it's Christopher Allen Sale. First, the Reds. Morning, 7 plus minus 145 on DraftKings or 8 plus on the sharper of the books, FanDuel. Now, still the same. Pitching out 17.5 minus 165 to the over. Earn runs 1.5 minus 175 to the over. Projected lineup is 8 righties and 1 lefty. Sale gets the Reds, guys, who over their last 200 plate appearances versus a lefty are walking tops in the league, striking out just 20.5% of their at-bats while having a top 10 ISO. So let's just go see who they've seen in that time span. As Gore went 5 innings, walked 4, still had 9 punch-outs, then a series with the Cardinals, Rockies, Marlins, Orioles, and Mariners, all who don't have a dominant lefty. And then a series versus the Pirates where Heaney, middle of the rotation type guy, went 6 innings and had 6 punch-outs. So all in all, guys, when they seen the dog barked. When they seen a decent guy like Heaney, he still got 6. So we got us a dog here. Not just a dog. We've got us a dog of dogs. And when we look at sales metrics, we see he's better than league average at all the main things I like to look at. But I also have a guy who pounds the zone and who will use all 3 different pitches to 8 of the 9 batters. So I like to look at zone swing percentage as a bonus. And when we look at this projected lineup, we have 7 of the 9 projected in this lineup that take pitches. And if you're going to put yourself in a hole versus an elite lefty like Chris Sale, good fucking luck. As Sale is elite of all elite when you come to his metrics, guys. So you could just literally run his pitch mix. Like I said, the swing percentage is a bonus. And when we run this pitch mix, I come up with 8 on a bad day, and I can got multiple ways to get it, guys. As I've got guys who can either go down twice. I've got guys that are halves. If he just gets one of them, then it's over. This to me seems like a Sale smash spot, guys. So looking to back Sale once again now. Will it be 3 games in a row? Yeah, 3 games in a row. Maybe even 4 games in a row now. But he did shit the bed on me versus the D-backs. Did pitch a good game, but yeah, I was on him there too. Is what it is. I will be looking to bet this over and may just do a little mini step stool on him too, guys, because the meat of this order he can get twice, if not 3 times. So give me Chris Sale, give me this lineup, and I will be sailing away on Christopher Allen Sale Day. Now, if I had the balls, as we talked the last guy, I'd bet him under. But like I said, if I bet the guy under, he has a career fucking day. So I'm just not into betting unders. I never have been, but usually it's been better to me. Not fucking this shit. But Paul Skeens at the Cardinals. Morning line 6.5 plus 120 on DraftKings. It's now plus 124 on FanDuel to the over. Pitching outs 18.5 minus 200 to the under. Earn runs 1.5 at a pick'em. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Skeen gets the Cards, guys, for the second time this year, where over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching are walking above league average, striking out at a measly 16% of the time, while smashing the ball with a top 10 ISO. And this is a divisional game, so we have lots of past history. And in 73 at-bats, Skeens is only striking them out at a 22% clip. I have ran Skeens 2 times this year, and I'm 1-1. Last week was the loss where the zone contact said no, yet the past history said over, so I overrode it, and nope. Zone contact still came out to play. Zone contact has been this guy's key since he's came in, and it's played out more often than not. When we look at this lineup, guys, when we look at who Skeens has played, the only time this year where he's had 6 or more people worse than zone contact than league average was the Dodgers, and he went out and 9-packed them. It's been a bunch of whole 5-4s, different, either over to the under, depending on the game. Well, when he faced this team last time, it was 5-4 to the over with the lineup. But if you give us this projected lineup, we have 6 of the 9 in this, or 5 of the 9 projected that are better than league average at zone contact. And when we look at this guy and see when he's faced the 3 games this year, because I have all their lineups on one page, when he's faced the 3 teams this year with a 5-4 advantage to the under and zone contact, he is 0-3 to the over, averaging 4 strikeouts a game. Take that how you want to fucking take it. I ain't looking to bet Paul Skeens versus this Cardinals projected fucking lineup. Not saying he can't have a good game. I just don't see 7 strikeouts being there. So is what it is. I'm an over better. I'm going to look to bet Evaldi if the rain clear, if they push the game back. But like I said, Alex Cora is a cuck of all cucks. I have seen him start a game just to get a starting pitcher out the game due to rain. Cuck of all cucks. Looking to bet Chris Sale over as well, as I'm also looking to back Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler is in a spot right now that he's only seen 2 times this year. 6 of the 9 projected, worse than league average at chase contact. He's had 10 and 13 in the other 2 games. FanDuel has the right number at 7.5, as they are the sharper book. These other books may just get clapped by me tonight. Do me a favor, guys. If you like what you hear, and smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. Now it's that time of the day, guys, where we get to talk hitting props. Not just any props, as some may call them ducks on a pond. Not I said the brown cow. They're fucking ribeyes. And it's not just any ribeyes. It's ribeyes with Mike.
Megalodon, the size of really 2 school buses. Are they extinct? Are they extinct?
That's the big question.
What's the new evidence now? A satellite photo near Sao Paulo. When you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
I'd say that's a 70-foot shark. What's good, my bro?
What up, brother? I got jacked up here. I heard we're doing a little live show tonight. So
I said maybe, bro. I didn't. Yes, if you're down, I'm down, bro. But that was something I was gonna bring up live. I was like, I'm off. I was off yesterday and today. Yesterday it was just so good to me, just sitting there, bro. Like letting me live bet shit when I heard the rain delay, and DraftKings didn't catch up to the rain delay. Now, granted, they brought Rodon back out. Still scared the fucking piss out of me, but is what it is. I can't believe I was able to get in a bet on under hits. I took fucking Rodon under hits. I'm like, he ain't coming back out. He came back out and made me sweat.
The rain delays get to me though, man. It just kind of disrupts the entire process and pattern I have when it comes to betting these games. I've talked about it a few times. Rain delays. If I can help weather delays and if I can help double headers, I think the controllable is the double headers. I don't like them in there either. I can't. How do you predict which lineup of the 2 is going to be better? Who knows what's going to happen when it comes down to it? But I'm ready, man. We got a 4-pack here. You ready to eat some red meat?
Man, I need some red meat and some pink meat. I
can help you with one of those equations there. We got a card though, man. You know I love Tuesdays. Loaded for bear here, and man, I was kind of overwhelmed. I was looking across this thing trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to attack. I think I found a good 4-pack. So let's get to work. Why not? You know I'm staying away from double headers though, Sharpie. No double headers for me.
So we're not fucking around with Cleveland and Washington.
Nah, I'll tell you what. All my metrics yesterday pointed to fade the Nationals at home, interleague series, first game of a series, and of course Stevie Ray Kwan became the guy that I wanted to get involved with here. I know his middle name's not Ray, but you gave me the David spot there. I thought I might take advantage of that too. That's a guy though I wanted to pitch and isolate against Jake Irvin, but again, I'm not excited about this doubleheader. So. Look, I went to the Dodgers game. There were the things I liked in this Dodgers spot. I wanted to get involved with Freddie Freeman. I mean, look, on the surface, 529 batting average against Cal Quantrill. But here's the problem I had. 1, Hernandez, MRI today. I'm assuming he's not going to play. He had some foot injury there yesterday in that game. And
hamstring.
Hamstring, thank you. It's going to change the lineup. Also, he's not really hitting to contact. I mean, he's hitting, but he's not really generating any results in the offense. 17 at-bats, 9 hits, no results. So we'll move on. We'll move upward. Still waiting for a lineup confirmation in that Red Sox game. Let's go right to the Phillies. Let's go to number 4 hole. I told you guys, you can have your Aaron Judge. You can have your Shohei Ohtani. Give me Kyle Schwarber, the lefty, matching up against Drew Rasmussen here. 375 batting average against this meatball. 8 at-bats, 3 hits, a home run, and a bomb prop. And the thing is, look, why does he make the lineup? It's not just his consistency. The guy hits with power. Now, Judge, smashing the ball and Ohtani destroying it the other day. What was it? The hardest hit ball in baseball this season here. But look, Schwarber ain't no pitch, man. And although I don't like the lefty-righty matchup, we've been caught with this before. I do like this opportunity for him today. I think against Tampa, it's going to be tight for runs. But Drew leaks against the righties. He does have Trey Turner. Trey Turner almost made the card for me. That righty factor, number 2, he's hitting a 292 against righties. But Kyle Schwarber, man, the guy's just too consistent. And his price tag is plus 135. He's the low watermark here. There were some other guys I mentioned, Freeman, fucking plus 105. That's not going to get it done. Got to be a plus 130 or better. Kyle Schwarber, he'll be the low end of our red meat rich diet this evening here to get the home run for, or get the RBI. Why not sprinkle his home run too?
What's his RBI at?
Plus 135.
Just by the metrics that I look at with Rasmussen, and I've played him twice this year, it's zone contact, bro. And there's 7 of the 9 of this Phillies lineup that are good at zone contact. Yep. Rasmussen throws 85% fastball, be it cutter, sinker, four seam. He's pounding the zone with fastballs versus a team that can fucking put it in play. So I see Turner and Scott getting on, bro. They're gonna get on, so it's gonna be there.
And then look, even if they don't, or somebody clears the bases before, Schwarber doesn't need anybody on there to get an RBI. I'll just go yard himself and feel good about the damn thing.
Bro, the dude went yard the last time we talked about him. I mean, the dude's going.
I'll tell you this though, for what it's worth, keep your eyes on Bryce Harper sitting there in front. If anybody's going to clear the bases, I believe they gave him the day off. I saw pictures of him out golfing in Philadelphia yesterday, a little day of rest to clear the mind and get himself situated. So there could be something to that, kind of getting neutral back out, getting back to zero and going back out there and having fun in the ballpark. But I think the Phillies are good for some runs today. It should be a lower scoring game, but I give me the Phillies over Tampa anyhow. And our guy Schwarbaum to do what he does out there and produce some bombs for us.
Man, Rasmussen's been money to the unders. I know that because Noli's been betting the shit out of Rasmussen day.
Yeah, because he's pitching like a 150 against left-handed batters. And so if you're shutting down a third of every team's lineup, well, then you'd only have to make some good contact out there or do that zone thing that you do and shut everybody else down. And he's been magnificent at it. So there's no doubt about it. I talked
about it. Like they pretty much seem to have him capped at 5 innings. Like he hasn't gone past 5 innings, but in one game he's coming off of Tommy John. Ray's baby their pitcher, so they seem to have him straight capped. And they've got a decent bullpen. So usually when Rasmussen's pitching, you get a good bullpen because the game's going to be close. And then they can't hit worth a lick. So if you got anybody on the other side pitching, it's been easy under money. So, fuck. Wheeler for the win or under? I got to figure this one out because I think Wheeler has a day today, bro.
I think we were dialed into him last week, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Was it last week or the week prior? We were on this dude and his ability to shut it down. So, give me some Phillies action tonight, too. I'm not scared. Not scared of Tampa Bay of all teams. Come on, stop it.
Hey, there comes in LJ. He gets these ones, bro, and he finds the ones that hit. So I'll give him that. That's too much work to find out when guys don't get hit.
What up, LJ? My guy, what's up, Wine Time, Redbeard, AOD. See all you guys rocking, man. Appreciate you guys coming in, supporting the fellas here. Support my guy Sharpie, and let's go support this. I'll tell you who we're not going to support. We're not going to support Paul Skeens. I was so glad to hear you talk about his under today, dude. I was dialed in because I'm fading his ass today.
But if I bet it, he'll have a career day. So I'm not going to give it out, and I'll put it on like a $10 parlay, and I hope I fucking hit it so I could pee on Paul Skeens. Like he peed on me last week.
Or Livy Dunn. I mean, listen, that's a different story.
But you're going to get value going against him because they have him only giving up 1.5 runs. So it's like,
so on the one side, I talked about like the plus 105 with Freeman and how he should get it done. There's another game we'll talk about with Alonso, his hit rate right now, but he's a plus 115. So, sometimes you got to turn that plane right into the storm and embrace the turbulence. And that's what we're going to do with this Paul Skeens fade today. The 3-4-5 spot on the St. Louis Cards lineup on fire. Of course, Brendan Donovan, Nolan Arenado, but I'm looking at Wilson Contreras, man. Two things going on here. One, now you might look at this on the surface and be like, well, it's Paul Skeens and you can't fade Skeens. Man, it's bullshit. It's year 2. Japanese pitchers year 2, okay. American pitchers year 2, not so much. the book is out, and we've seen, he can still pull them out. But last week, the number 1K prop bet, Skeens over, I think it was 7.5. And what do you end up with? 6.5. What do you end up with?
Maybe
2 or 3.
I think 2 or 3, bro, because I bet them.
And so that automatic, it's Skeens Day. That was last year, and we got to move forward now. We're 5-6 weeks into the season. We got to adjust and accept the fact that the book is out on him just as much as it's out on anybody else now. And comfortable fading this guy. Now, the thing is, 1, I want to get involved in the public fade. 2, I want to get a guy that's got experience in Major League Baseball, but just doesn't have the contact and success rate yet. Because I believe as the law of large numbers and averages exist, over time, we're going to see that regression or progression. Wilson Contreras, 6 at-bats, no hits against Paul Skeens.
4 Ks.
6-0. On the flip side of this thing, though, if you are going to find leakage against Paul Skeens, it's righties, not lefties. Although it's a marginal difference, the guy just mows them down. But here's the thing. 80% of games this season, Contreras has gotten himself some hits. 20.7% home run rate means he's got the ability to slip that ball out there and go yardstick. He leads the team in home runs. He leads the team in RBIs with 19 in his last 24 at-bats. That means his last week, 5 runs, 10 hits, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. That's a guy I want to get involved with. And because you mentioned this here, you're fading the public, you're fading Paul Skeens, you're getting a plus 250 price tag for one of the most accomplished hitters in the Cardinals to go out there and find 1 run driven in against Paul Skeens. Plus 250, Wilson Contreras.
But you didn't mention he struck out 4 or 6 times.
Yeah.
So he looking to connect. He looking to connect right there, bro.
With those numbers and those team averages, the reality is that over time, give me more. I don't care if it's a small sample. The more he sees him, obviously, the more likely he is going to be to find success. And we're kind of got Paul Skeens trending like this. We've got Wilson Contreras trending like this. The intersection for us is a big plus 250 bomb. Get us paid, Wilson.
By the metrics, it says he gonna strike out another 2 or 3 times.
He only needs 1.
Yeah, no. I like this guy.
If Paul Skeens ain't striking out 6 times today, how's fucking Wilson Contreras going to strike out 3 times against him?
Okay, if he gets 7, he's literally going to have to strike out Scott Walker Contreras 2 times. 2 of those 2 times.
Yep.
And he can get Newbar. It shows with the contact and the past history. You ain't getting freaking Arenado, Donovan, and Wynn. I mean,
I like it. I think it's a great price tag. Again, over time, if this bet hits, 2 out of 4 times out there, you're still profitable. So a 50% hit rate for a guy that's leading the team in the big bats.
Was it 230?
250.
Oh my goodness. It's almost my type of woman.
It's almost disrespectful. If we had another 30 pounds of that thing, you are in business. There's that pink. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. You didn't tell me it was going to be man pink.
All right, let's go to the Blue Jays and the Angels. I don't know what's going on, but Urania coming in here, getting signed, the old last-minute switcherooski here and putting him in. Kind of interesting because when I first looked at this game a couple days ago, I thought the Angels, not necessarily having the best batting rates going on here against righties, but they can figure it out. They've got plenty of guys in the lineup, and I don't trust the batting order the pitching staff rather from this Toronto Blue Jay side of things. A couple guys I looked at. I've talked about Kyrie Paris. I still think he's going to get together. I think he's going to figure it out. He's not priced today like he's going to figure it out, though. He's got a plus 260 out there. We'll take a polite little pass on that one, but let's go to the number 3 spot in the lineup. Let's take a look here. A projected 3 at this point. Jorge Soler. Guy's a machine. He leads the team in hits. Can't drive in bats or runners if you can't get those hits. He's got Nito and Shanuel in front of this guy. But look, he's found success. Lefty-righty situation. What I like most about this is the guy that's where's he weaker? Where's he more vulnerable? Jose Urania against righties with a 266. Soler can swing with some power for sure. Thing is, not a ton of success. He's had 21 at-bats. But if you look at this thing, and I say not a ton from the numbers when we talk about guys like Wilson Contreras, this whole Angels team has kind of been hit or miss, no pun intended, but 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 home runs, and 4 ribbies in his last 7 days for Soler. He's seeing it plenty. He's in that 3 hole. He's not getting yanked out of that thing, which is uber important for us out there. Batter versus pitcher. Again, it's another guy, kind of the commonality with Wilson Contreras. He's never had a hit against Urania. So law of averages put me back in the game. This plus 160 price tag does suggest, yeah, you're taking a bit of a gamble as we do on a daily basis here. But I think the books are kind of ensuring themselves like, hey, we're going to take some action on this guy, but we'll still price him at plus 160 because he probably gets it home and probably drives in. Nito would be the guy that I guess out there. And look, the rest of that lineup's great too. Ward, Ohop, Renfo, those guys all line up huge for my hitting dashboard today, but got to pick one. I'm going to pick Jorge to come in there and do a little Jorge dance for us when he gets in there.
Okay, so I've got a question for you that I want to know if you can answer. I found this out listening to the Scooble game, so obviously it's an Angel. Who is the best player versus a lefty over the last season and a change since last year's the beginning of the year?
Taylor Ward?
Zach Neto.
Oh, really?
Looking at this guy versus lefties, bro. Just when he's facing a lefty, check him out. Look at his splits, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? Where's this kid on the Angels been? But
he even does well against righties, though, too. I mean,
he took Scooble deep the first at bat. Motherfucker, what would have that been?
That's balls of steel right there.
So and then he got struck out the next at bat, and they cursed each other out, and the pins came out. It was hilarious. It was a joke.
I saw him. Didn't he go and apologize later too, though?
Who, Scooble?
Yeah, I don't remember which one.
Scooble's a pie hole, bro. He ain't trying to fight nobody. He probably did apologize, like, "Hey, man, I was just pumped up. I got you. You know, you got me. I got you. Ha ha ha."
Brandon the Great likes a little Naylor action there. Listen, I thought about Naylor. Certainly, like what I got. Problem is he's kind of I don't want to say problem, but leads us into this next game. I'll take a shot here. Mets and Diamondbacks. We'll keep it rolling. Why not? Let's take a look here.
We're heading over to Gallon.
A little Gallon action, a little David Peterson action. Not Drew Peterson, David Peterson. And you look at these guys. I told you about Pete Alonso, right? I mean, this dude 400 in this past week, 21 total bases. Guy's a fucking machine. Problem for me is this is the old proverbial righty lefty. And I'd be concerned traditionally if, we've got Juan Soto in that 2 spot as a lefty. Why do I mention that? Because Zach Gallen, 222 against lefties. But then we look in the righties are the 252 spots. So Alonso and Vientos are certainly capable of cleaning it up, but you're not getting paid. Pete Alonso's a plus 115. That's too low. It's too low for us to go out there and fire on this guy. So we got to look at an alternate spot. Nemo's been a guy for me that consistency, what do we need? We need to drive in runs. 36.4% of his games this season, he's been able to go out there and contribute offensively and driving in a run. Of these guys I talked about, I believe he's priced at the plus 150 because we are, no pun intended, taking a swing on the guy that, Gallon, if he's stronger in any one spot versus the other, it is lefty. It's not like he's a world beater. I mean, he's a 222. It's not like we're sitting there seeing a 150, but a 222 is pretty damn good against Gallon. Thing is, these Mets bats, I mean, any one of them's capable. Pick the price tag and go for the swing. They're all in the realm of being able to connect. 418 bats, lefty-righty combo for Nemo. It's not like he's going to get scared of this thing out there. And 1-1-1. Not a ton of success against Gallon either. So we're kind of, again, turning that plane into the storm. But it's a plus 150 price tag. I think we got a good spread for this red meat. Schwarber with a 135, Solar 160, Contreras 250, and Nemo plus 150 to bring us home.
Man, we're going to Nemo. Finding Nemo?
Finding Nemo. Hopefully he finds that bat today because, again, these are some of these guys early in the season fading away the fact that they're finding some weakness out there. And, that being said, though, Vientos is a 167. So why would you not pay down to pick up a guy that's equally struggling, if you will, on that lefty-righty side of the matchup here? So I think it's a good price tag for us. 150. Books are showing concern. He's in the 5 spot. And, again, some underachieving batters make the card today. But they're big names, and they've had some big power over their past 7 to 14 days. And I think it's a good opportunity for us to stack a couple units up here today. So let's get her done.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking to get in live on a few spots. Like, I got to figure out, do I want to just get it on Wheeler now or just fucking pay the fucking price for the information for the first inning? Right now, it's plus money on the 7.5. At worst, there's going to be juice if he gets somebody. If he gets somebody up top, I'm willing to get in live and pay the juice on the 7.5. Or I'm getting a very bettable 6.5 come the second inning, which I'm very well bull bet too. So Wheeler's probably going to be an in live spot. Hey, might want to tune in tonight because we will be live for a few hours.
I mean, I'll sneak peek it. I'm going to talk a little bit about this game come showtime here. The Phillies, though, look, he started off the season shaky, no doubt about it, but he's mowed it down here. His last 3 starts, a 2.75 ERA for Wheeler.
Why a minus 125 on the Phillies, bro? Why?
Dude, I think we nailed this guy the last time. Isn't he the one that we looked at it and we're like, he's due for a bounce back spot? He had like
it was the double bounce back spot, bro. Yeah, he had 13 strikeouts that game.
So,
which is the same type of lineup metrics wise as that game. So it's like, dude, I gotta fire. Even though 3 of the top 4 say they're going to be tough, it doesn't mean he doesn't get there by the end of it. But
thing is, he's progressing over his past 2 starts, and Rasmussen is regressing over his past 2 starts. So, 11 hits allowed over 10 innings for Rasmussen. Not going to be the way to get it done out there. I think that, Wheeler to catch the win isn't a bad spot. I like the Phillies first. I mean, minus 120, minus 125.
That's what's concerning me right there is this minus 125 or even plus 110 to win. I guess it's the Phillies bullpen hasn't been good.
Yeah.
The Rays are not a good baseball team. And yes, Rasmussen's given up hits. He's faced good zone contact lineups the last 2. And now he's facing another good one. Like, he's going to give up hits. Are they not going to score?
I can't see that being.
Are they in Philly?
No, they're in Tampa, which is
they're in a minor league ballpark.
Yeah. Hitter friendly ballpark for sure.
My goodness, dude! I think it's freaking Phillies first 5.
And in all fairness, that's why I think the price tag's low on Wheeler today. Because
is the first 5 higher than the game? That's what I want to know. I bet you it is. First 5 innings? No, it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather back Wheeler though. What is it? Is it a 2.5 or 1.5 earned runs? Damn.
What does he got? 2.5?
1.5 to the under. There ain't no fucking money there. I gotta find out. I'll probably just not be a bitch and bet him, but I do think it's a good live spot because I'm willing to pay. You're not gonna get Diaz. That's like, okay, that's one guy you're not getting today. But then when I look at the other people, 5 through fucking 4, and then low is trash. So I could probably get in right when he gets to low. And if he gets the first guy, cool, I'll pay up. But if he don't get the first 2 guys, I'm getting a very bettable 6.5 with a guy who's vulnerable to strike out and low.
For what it's worth, they're kind of suggesting he's not going to get hit because they like these unders. There's a lot of sharp money coming in on the under 8 in this game. So I don't know how that makes sense given the ballpark situation that it is, other than do both these guys come out and shove. But if any one of the 2 is not going to shove, it's Rasmussen to me. It's not Wheeler. So
we do have the ace effect, which I like to talk about, man. When you got a dog one guy who goes out and throws up 3 quick outs, and the next guy gets in line, you can get a 2-hour baseball game. If Rasmussen goes 5 and it's close, they do have everybody in their bullpen from Tampa throws 98 plus. Like, they got some dogs over there in a close game. So I get why the money's coming on the under there. I definitely am going to have to get in on Sale. Just give me this lineup, please and thank you.
Yeah, they're like 12-0 or something like that after Sale has a good start too. So that's a good look for Sale tonight.
Man, Sale's going to. They have 7 guys who want to take pitches versus a guy who throws 3 pitches in the zone. Good luck. Good luck. All right, my guy. Let them know where they can find you, what you got going on.
Good stuff, my brother. Make sure you guys, if you enjoyed the content, do smash that thumbs up. Leave us a comment after the show, either channel, The Odds Bunch here or Sports Money, and let us know what your favorite plays are. You can find me at Sports Money here. We're going to be rolling 6 p.m. Pre-gaming. We'll get her done here. Our guy, Ramon Scott, been running so hot. He's about to pop off in about an hour and 20 minutes to talk about some UFC for the first look on the big pay-per-view card this weekend. So you can catch that at 3:15. You catch me at 6 p.m. You can catch us live. I'll be enjoying a couple of adult beverages with my guy Sharpie here and see if we can make some big cash, my friend. Thanks, man. As always, I love Tuesdays. Big card, full slate, great slate. Let's get to the cash. Let's get to the
work
money
tonight. No work. Let's just keep the show roll going. Like last week, bro, I made some good money on Friday. No, I did give some of it back, but fuck them. Fuck them in the eye hole. They're going to give it up today. Why? Because Sharpie said so.
right.
All right, guys. Appreciate you all for tuning in. We will do a live stream for at least 2 hours, as Mike probably has golf to cap and do other things as well. But join us later on tonight. Join him for pre-gaming, and let's win some money today, fellas. Last week, someone got upset that I did not play the Buy a Boy baseball at the end. So here you freaking go. Here, if I can find it.
Buy a boy a baseball, get him outside, get his hands dirty, take a little time, give a boy a Bible.